And that's the way the cookie crumbles. Am I right, folks? Whoa, whoa, whoa. What was that? It felt like an 808 boom. Real talk though, on this episode of Synth Outside the Box, we'll take a look at the Behringer RD-8 and see if it can boom the way a true 808 booms. Stay tuned. Hey folks, my name's Dev and welcome to Synth Outside the Box, the show where I, Dev, take a look at cheaper, less expected synthesizers, review them and see if they're good for music production or if they are worthy of your hard-earned cash. If you like what you see, don't forget to subscribe and make sure to hit that bell so you actually get notified when I post these. Also, if you have a synthesizer or drum machine under $600 that you think would be worth my time to review or jam out with for this show, definitely post it below in the comments. I'm always looking for new gear and unexpected surprises, so thanks for that. On this week's episode, we're going to be reviewing another piece of Behringer hardware. I know, they're pretty common and they aren't rare eBay purchases or anything like that. However, I have noticed that they get returned a lot, so if you are scoping music sites and you do happen to see a good deal, it might be worth your time. We'll find out today. In my case, I found an RD-8 for under $300 on Pro Audio Star, and I decided, hey, you know, I use 808 samples all the time. Let's see if the analog hardware version of it is incredible. So with that, here she is, the RD-8, and I'm pretty excited about trying this one out just because I, again, use a lot of samples of 808s, and I actually haven't really gotten to play around with an analog drum machine in a while. There is a synth museum that I do go to in Emeryville, here in the East Bay of the Bay Area of California, and I do have a very fond memory of plugging in an 808, and wow, just to hear the stereo out in a PA is something very, very special and visceral, and I'm hoping that I get the same experience with this guy. With that, let's unbox this thing, and I will learn it privately, and then I will demo some of my favorite features of it and tell you if I think it's worth your hard-earned money. With that all being said, let's go ahead and unbox this thing. Standard box, not much to say here. I do love that they steal the typography of whatever company they're doing a remake of. Again, if you don't know, Behringer is a company that's known for making knockoffs of audiovisual equipment, guitar pedals, and guitar amps. And in their latest campaign of things that they're making, they're doing analog drum machines and analog synthesizers. In this case, we're looking at a copy of the iconic 808. I'm wearing my 808 jacket, you know, just for the occasion. I've been really waiting to actually open this in front of y'all. Okay. Here we go. Oh, wow. So this was an open box. So packaging is not really the usual. Let's see if I can get this thing out. Classic. We hear you. Now, I really love that when I opened up the TD3, it came with like a smiley face sticker. This one does not. It just comes with the classic Behringer ear that they've made look fancy now. That's how I just dated myself, because I remember when it used to be like an actual ear logo. Okay. Cracking it open. Opa, opa. All right, and yeah, power supply's like taped in. Wow, okay. Well, first things first, this feels very sturdy. It is a little smaller than I expected, and it's way heavier than I expected, so that's a good sign. Let me see if I can get it there so you can kind of see it. This is a horrible shot, sadly, just because I discovered that the overhead camera was actually getting in. What the? Was this actually an open box? Interesting. Maybe they put like some new tape on it. Okay, classic wall wart power supply with the little doodad for changing out where you are. However, it doesn't come with any other, you know, country's power supplies, just the US one. To be noted, if you're purchasing this thinking you can take it with you on all over the world. Let's get this guy out of here. Oh man, it feels like Christmas. It's my favorite part of every episode is y'all get to experience my joy as I unbox a new toy. All right, wow. First things first, it feels so good. I'm actually shocked. It feels so good. It feels very solid. Like, I feel like this could tour. I could take this on stage with me and not feel any concern. I will say this, so you can kind of get a view of it. I'm gonna hold it up just because I don't have the best overhead angle today. Unfortunately, I'll have to rearrange this for the jam. Knobs feel really solid. Everything feels really solid on this, and it's metal, which I was surprised about because the TD3 is just like a plastic, like, quarter-pound thing. This is a pound or two. I don't know how much it weighs, but it feels hefty. The only thing right away that is maybe a little bit not so good is there's like an edge on the bottom of this thing that feels kind of, it's sharp. It's not the best. But anyway, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and hook this up. I'm gonna read the manual and I'm gonna let y'all know what I think of it. Just realized I did the entire intro with my fucking headphones on, so oops. Here I am with the RD-8. I am just gonna try and figure it out without reading the manual because I've used TR type sequencers before, and we're gonna see how this all works. First and foremost, my intuition says I need to hit record, and I click in the old steps. There it is. If I hit play, I should be getting something now, and we'll find out. I'm gonna like not have it. Okay. Something. Ooh, okay, there it is. Oh, I feel that in me deeply. Wowie. I'm gonna try the snare now. Let's see how this sounds. It's not sounding. Because the volume's down. You don't say. Okay. Now we do a little bit of this. Okay. I feel like I'm in a disco. And I'm loving it. Now, the real question is, does this have a choke on? Nope. Good. Fuck chokes. Fuck chokes. Fuck the chokehold, okay? Wow. I'm loving this. Okay, they have little tone knobs on here. Okay, let's just keep adding stuff. I'm just gonna add a bunch of random shit and just see kind of where I get. And you guys can just come along for join me on the magic carpet ride here. Oh yeah, this is my favorite of all time ever, is the cowbell. Whoa. This is kind of interesting. It has like reverb on it already. All right, let's tone it down with the bass. Let's try and make some kind of like electro, like. Okay, that's something. Okay, fun. All right, that was enticing. I literally just went through and programmed a pattern. I didn't have to read the manual. So far, my vibe is I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it a lot. And I think that it has sort of that fun 808 thing that I can't really describe, where it's immediate, it's super quick to like get something going. This thing has a lot of extra features that the regular 808 doesn't have, such as a like beat repeat and a filter on board. I'm gonna futz with those for a second. Bear with me. You're gonna have to listen to that pattern a little bit more. Don't hate me. And I don't even know what this accent thing is, but we're gonna try it out. I see. Oh, that's fun. Oh, cool. All right, so that's the tuning for the bass drum. And it even has a little line, like where you should have it at. That's kind of a nice feature. I like that. Now, if I go to pattern, I wonder if I go here. Oh, that seems to be some kind of compressor business. Oh, cool. Alright, so that's how this works. You have to select what you're going to send to the filter. Oh wow, I love the compression. So I think the Wave Designer is kind of like a compressor type thing. I think it's supposed to be like a transient designer, but it just is a compressor, as you can hear it like just crushing this thing, which I love. I mean, wow. That's like all the way up. Oh, that's a vibe. Holy moly. Ooh. I don't know why I like that so much. Oh yeah, sick. Okay, so I just jammed out with this thing, and my first gut take is, wow, it's really fun and really intuitive, just like the original 808. I think that it's super quick to put together a bunch of step patterns, select through the patterns. You can use song to chain those patterns. It's very intuitive. I don't know, I think generally, like, holy moly, for under 300 bucks, like, if this is my first analog drum machine, I think it's pretty fun. My major critique would be, and something that you have to be ready for, is that, you know, you can't tune every sound. You know, if something wasn't in the key of your song, you'd have to really figure that out in post. So I think that is maybe the one thing right away that I'm like, that could be tough for an amateur producer. I think for like a Dallas jam or something like this would be really fun. I think this would just be fun to bring to like a jam session with some friends and be kind of like the drum machine guy. So generally my feel on this is, yeah, if you can find one for under $300, like used or something on Reverb, I do recommend it if you're trying to add an analog drum machine to your setup. If I was to compare this in the grand scheme of all drum machines, you know, with the new Roland little mini TR6S that they came out with, I don't know if I would recommend this over that. I think you have to really decide what you need in your setup. Do you want just analog drum sounds? Do you want sample-based drum sounds? You know, the flexibility of that machine is a little different, but yeah, I think if I was going to say like the specific use cases, you want an analog drum machine, you want something vintage, you want to learn how to step sequence using a TR step sequencer, this is it. And I just love the vibe. I think I keep saying that, but the vibe of this thing is just like in a good way, like just super vintage. It sounds great. And I can't believe it's all analog. Like, that's really cool. You can kind of feel it when you turn up the wave designer and compress the shit out of everything. It starts to really breathe. And yeah, it can boom. It can boom, boom like an 808. So with that, that's kind of my final thoughts. Definitely check it out if you're looking for baby's first analog drum machine. Sample based, I don't know if I could recommend it for that. I think you have to, like, you know, it's a different beast. So yeah, thank you so much for joining me on this Synth Outside the Box. There will be more of them, so definitely make sure to subscribe, like the video if you like what I said, and yeah, again, let me know if you know of a analog drum machine, synth that's under $600 that you think I should check out and just kind of talk about, that's like a little bit under the radar. I don't really hear a lot of people talking about these, nor do I hear people talking about the TD3, so that's kind of why I wanted to review them and check them out. I just also have been dead curious about what Behringer's doing with these analog things, and this one rips. This is very cool. So catch y'all later. Sayonara.